Hi everyone, it's Jo from Plan to Create. Welcome back to my channel. And if you are new, thank you so much for stopping by. This is going to be a bit of a haul. I've gotten a few things over the last few weeks, and I've sort of kept them all to show you all at once. Grab a couple other things that I forgot about. So first I will start off with a couple of new fountain pens. Now these fountain pens I have opened. There was no way I was going to wait this long to not use them. Okay, so first off we have a Bennu. This I got from Goulet Pens, and it comes in this cute little cardboard pocket. And here we have the Briolet Luminous Dream. So these ends, if you leave it in the sun for a little bit, they actually glow in the dark, which is awesome. So the pen body, I'll try and, you can see it's sort of faceted, little sort of, not little, but big sort of diamond shapes all the way around, and it has Bennu engraved in the middle there. There we go. Now this one is a medium. I'm gonna have to either order another one in a fine or order a nib in a fine. I think it's just the way I hold the pen. I'm a lefty, and it is quite thick, so I'll get some paper and we'll give a little writing sample here. Wrong way. So we have Bennu, Briolet. Like, it's not too thick, but if you're writing in something like a cousin, it is a bit too thick, I think. So Luminous Dream, and I have Robert Oster Cherry Blossom. Now this was a sample that I got, so I'm testing that out. Okay, so there we go. There is my new Bennu. So I'm not going to put it back in the box because I have been using it, so we'll just pop that to the side. And the next one that I got is the Opus 88. Now I got this from, I think it was Inked Pens. I'll have to double check, in Australia. And it comes in this really quite a big box actually, and it has a magnetic opening. Okay, so inside you get an eyedropper, because it is an eyedropper pen. Now this at first glance looks tiny, but you just pull it out and it's quite big. So if you order one and think, oh my god, that's so small, you just got to pull it out. Okay, now yes, it is inked because I've been using it and I love it. So as I said, this one is an eyedropper pen. This is the Coloro Clear. You can get one that has frosted finials, but I liked the look of the clear. It is a large pen. Just to compare it, I will grab a couple here. So we have the Kawako Sport. Now these are tiny, and then there's a Lamy Safari. So it is, it has a thicker barrel. Obviously it's quite long, and I got a medium nib on this one, but it is not too, it's not too thick, this one. So the nib is actually, it's a decent sized nib. It's quite long, so I didn't know how I would go writing with it, but absolutely love it. So you just screw off, which I'm not going to do now, but you just screw the nib off and you eyedropper your ink in there. Now it also has a stopper, so if you're traveling on a plane, once it's done up tight, no ink can get through. So what it'll do is it'll use the ink that's already up in the nib feed, and if you're doing, say, a long writing session or it runs out, you just open it up at the back here, which will release the stopper up here, and it lets ink in. So a little bit different. It's the first eyedropper pen besides a TWSBI that I have, and I was worried about the weight because it looks heavy, but it's actually not. Okay, so this is the Opus 88 in Coloro Clear, and I have Ferris Wheel Press, Bluegrass Velvet. Okay, so we can see they're both mediums. Again, it depends on the ink. I did have another ink in the Bennu first, which was Polar Glow by Diamine, which is very, very runny. I changed it to the Ferris Wheel Press and I love it. Okay, the next one, this is actually a replacement pen. I got a Sailor Pro Gear Slim in Vega. It's one of the fairy tale collection, and it was leaking. Now I'll show you where it was leaking, but this arrived yesterday, so this is my replacement. I had to send the other one back, and of course they didn't have the one that I bought, so I had to get a different color, which is fine. Haven't jumped into this one just yet. So here we have the Dragon Palace. It's beautiful. Now I don't know if it's going to show up on camera, but there is little gold flecks through the barrel. Obviously has gold hardware, and it says Sailor Japan, founded 1911 around the band. We have flat finials. You've got the Sailor anchor on the top finial, and these come with 14 karat gold nibs that are one size, and they are a medium fine, which I quite like. So look how pretty that nib is. So I don't have this one inked up yet, but what was happening is around the gold band here, ink was coming out. Now I was using a Sailor converter that I'd purchased with the pen. The converter itself didn't seem to be leaking, like it didn't have any ink on it or anything like that, but ink was coming through gold band here. Even when I was cleaning it, you could see coloured ink seeping out when I was, you know, flushing it out. So hopefully we won't have any issues with this one. So they are beautiful, but what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to actually use a converter, not a converter, a cartridge. So I'll pop that open and then I'll empty it and put the ink that I want to use in there, because I'm a little nervous to use the converter, although I really don't think it was the converter, because as I said, when I was cleaning, you could see the ink and the water leaking through. So anyway, so that's that one. So we'll pop that away. Now, just a little hack for you. This is one of my washi drawer trays. And what I've done is I've just grabbed some cardstock, I hope you can see that, and folded it to make a little tray for my fountain pens. Now I'm going to go and get another tray because this was just me sort of testing things out. So I can fit 2 Kawakos, but everything else is pretty much just sort of one. But yeah, I need a lot more spaces. So if you're stuck and you don't want to spend hundreds of dollars on a fountain pen drawer, this is another little hack for you. So just your acrylic washi drawer and some folded up cardstock, and there you go. So that's where they're being housed. Okay, now I'll just run through. This is the Polar Glow ink. Now this is from their Ink Vent collection. Love the bottle, it's so cute. It's a sheening ink and it sheens a red. Which pen did I put it in? It is this one. Let me just have a look. Yep. Alright, so we'll zoom in again. So this is Kawako Sport medium nib and Diamine Polar Glow. It'd probably be very difficult to see the sheen under this light. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to get it to show, but it sheens a beautiful red colour. I'd seen it online and that's what drew my attention to it. So that's one ink that I have purchased, and I also have got Robert Oster in the Chicago. Now, just to show you, in my Goulet Pens order, I got one of these Colour O Ring ink testing books. So it's just on a little hook to put all my ink samples. So we've got Ferris Wheel Press Blue Velvet, Tanzanite Sky, Robert Oster Australis Tea, Diamine Polar Glow. I don't know if you can see the red on that. I'll have to wait till editing. Australis Opal Pink. I love this colour. Got Cherry Blossom. This one, I put too much ink on my glass dip pen, which that's Diamine Chocolate Brown. And then Raw Sienna. So I've just started popping them in there. I also have my little ink book, which I keep. So I have at the front a little tab for all the sample colours that I have. And then I have samples of my bottled inks. And then I have samples of the pens the different fountain pens that I own. So, but I do want to update that colouring set, so at a glance I can just flick through and pick an ink. Okay, so with my Bennu, I ordered this little Ferris Wheel Press sample. So it has the Tanzanite Sky, the Bluegrass Velvet that I have in my Opus, and Candy Masala, which I haven't tried yet. So, and they come in these cute little, the packaging is quite difficult to get out. There we go. So it comes in these tiny little, cute little bottles. So we've got that. And then I've also got, I bought the Raw Sienna and the Chocolate Brown from Diamine in the little 30ml bottles. They were from Pulp Addiction. They were having a sale. So I got those, and I also got the Cherry Blossom and Australian Opal Pink samples from Diamine, but I've already used up a chunk of those. Okay, what else do we have? I've placed an order from Take a Note. I had one open somewhere, so I'll just open this one. Now, I have been using standard size since the start of last year as sort of a main planner, and then I've had rings with it, I've had weeks with it, currently I am using the passport size with it. So this is called the Slim Weekly. So it's basically the same sort of layout as a cousin, but obviously the boxes are smaller because I'll show you my cousin actually. I cut my cousin down to standard size, and in the Weeklies, which is what we have here, it cuts off your sort of notes column here, and it cuts off Sunday, so I have to split Saturday into two, where in this book it doesn't do that. You get the full 7 days across plus an extra. So the columns are about two squares smaller than the cousin. But I just thought I would purchase one of those to give it a try at some stage. It's undated, so I can use it at any time. Okay, and next, I can't believe I've been holding on to these things for so long, but for those who have been around a while will know that I had been unwell and had a stroke, and it's been 6 months, and I'm improving, but it's very slow. My main issue is where the stroke was. It causes fatigue. So one day I'm fine, the next day, you know, by 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I am out on the couch. So, okay, now this one is a VanDerSpek. It took months to get here. I was so excited to get this, but because it takes so long, the novelty and excitement sort of wears off a little bit. It's probably why I haven't jumped straight into it, but I also wanted to show you guys as well. Okay, so we get a spare elastic, card, and here we have my custom Nomad in Janet Leather Brown. Now this is the leather that if you breathe on it, it marks. And I always call myself the Queen of Crooked, but recently I've become a little bit sort of clumsy, so it scares me, but you know, it'll just add to the character and make it my own, I suppose. Okay, so I got the squared corners. I got the A4 clasp because I would love to get like a big chunky clasp, but that's as big as I could get. I just got the standard layout on the inside. I tend not to use the pockets a great deal. I don't use it as a wallet or anything like that. So, and I got the big back pocket. So what I might do, let's grab our cousin. Now this is currently in a Giramondo in the standard size, in the black matte croco, which is beautiful. Okay, so let's just pull that out. Now what I do with my cousin is I pop it in the back pocket. I don't like to put it on the strings. Sorry, I've got bits floating everywhere, so we'll pop that in there. So all I'm going to do is pop that in there. Now, actually, it's not a bad fit. It does have the jelly cover on it. My tabs are going to stick out, but that's fine. That's why you want tabs, so you can see what's going on. And these are really big ones that I put on. So the side tabs, we'll just get my blotting paper out of there. So once I close her up, there's no overhang, it's just those ones there, and I can reposition those so they don't stick out as much. And what I also have is the Traveller's Notebook B-Sides and Rarities. This is the sticker release paper. So I could start putting some stickers in here. I'll get rid of that extra plastic. So I'm going to pop that on one of the strings. And also, I have, if I can get it out, this has been in all of my covers for the last, over a year and a half, my little reference book. This is Tomoe River paper. I think I got it from the Paper Penguin Company, or Penguin Paper Company, I can't remember which one. Please, my apologies. And I just keep, you know, bits and pieces that I need to reference from time to time. So we will pop that in. And there we go. So I better do the sniff test. It's not the prettiest smelling leather, but it's not too bad. So I'll finish setting that up and take the rest of my stuff out of the Gilio, and I think it's time we start using it. One thing you will notice is I refuse to ink my fountain pens on camera. I end up with ink all over me. I mean, even just using my pens, I end up with ink on me. So I go and do it in the kitchen sink so I don't make a mess. So if you're ever wondering why I don't ink pens up on camera, that is why. Okay, and then I've got a quick order here from Marshmallow Studio. So it's their 5 years, there's freebie. I got Upside Down, Joanne, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs stickers, and some die cuts. And there's another sheet of stickers and I can't remember where I put them. So I'll have to